Hey, I had a GED, well, a former GED student, Clarissa. Now she's in college math, taking a beginning algebra class in college, and she had a question about this. So it says, use the elimination method to solve the system of equations. Now, this could come up on the GED, but it doesn't that much, so I don't tend to cover it, but it's about time I make a video because Clarissa needs it. So let's take a look. So first of all, what does it mean that this is a system of equations? Basically what I mean is that I have more than one equation, and you can see that here, that feature the same variables, the same letters. Okay, and so what I can be guaranteed in a system of equations is that in both of these, A will be the same. So if A is 5, A will be 5 in both of them. And same thing with B. B will be the same value. So I need a value for A and a value for B that make both of these equations true. Okay, now there's actually 3 different methods to solve systems of equations: graphing, substitution, or elimination. She's been asked to use the elimination method, so we're going to use that. So basically in the elimination method, you are going to add the 2 equations together, but you want to add them together so that one of the letters is eliminated. That's why we call it the elimination method. Now, right now, if I were to add these 2 together the way it stands, so hold on, let me finish writing. Add the 2 equations together so that one of the variables is eliminated. It cancels, it goes away. Reminds me of when we're solving equations, linear equations back on the GED. Okay, but right now, the way this stands, if I were to add these 2 together right now, this would not be good because nothing would cancel. A plus A would give me 2A, and 7B plus 3B would give me 10B. Nothing would go away. My life would just get worse. So what I'm going to do is, before I add them, I am going to change one of the equations so that I will force something to eliminate. The easiest thing to make eliminate here is the A. Okay, and how could I do that? Well, basically it would go away if these A's just had different signs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this entire equation by -1. And you say, why? Well, what are you doing there, Kate? Well, I'm trying to make that A be negative. Now remember, we can do whatever we want to an equation as long as we do it to both sides. So we're going to use this power to our advantage to rewrite this equation so it will eliminate. Let's see what happens if I multiply this entire bottom equation here by -1. So -1 times A, of course, is just -A. And my positive 3B will turn into -3B. And my -5 will turn into +5. When you multiply by -1, the only thing that happens is it changes signs, okay? So I just basically changed this second equation, but I changed it legally, so I'm totally cool. And now I can add these 2 together and see that wonderful elimination happen. Let me show you what I mean. If I add together A and -A, that will cancel. A minus A is nothing. It just goes away. My A's were eliminated. And now I'll add together the B's. Now remember, I'm not doing this one anymore. I rewrote this one. So 7B minus 3B is 4B. And then this, -1 plus 5. Remember, we're adding. So -1 plus 5 is 4. And now I just have one letter. That's why we did elimination. So we just have one letter. And now I can solve. If I want to get B alone here, I divide both sides by 4. And I just figured out that B then must be 1. Okay, now that I know what B is, I can take B, plug him into either one of the original equations to figure out A. So it really doesn't matter which one. I'll just use the first one. So let me pull out my black here. My original equation was A plus 7B is equal to -1. Okay, but I know what B is now. B is not a mystery anymore. I just figured out B had to be 1. So let's substitute that value in. Let's plug it back in. So I won't change A or plus or 7, but I'll turn B into a 1. And then that, of course, will be equal to -1. And now I can solve this. First I'll simplify. 7 times 1 is 7. So A plus 7 is equal to -1, and now I can solve -7 minus 7, and I do find that A is equal to -8. So what would the 2 numbers have to be for both of these equations to be true? Well, A would have to be equal to -8, and B would have to be equal to 1. Now, part of her directions, sorry, I was just going back and rereading the problem, were to write her answer as an ordered pair, An ordered pair means writing it like a point. So when you do that, you're basically going to have your parentheses, and you're going to put your first number here and your second number there, and it is convention to always go in alphabetical order. So I'll start with A, not this first one I solved for, but the alphabetical order, -8, and then B is 1. And so there is my solution written as an ordered pair. All right, if you have any questions about this or any other math topic, be sure to drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer it.